Hello, my name is Kenyatta Packer, and this is my presentation on the 7 habits of highly effective students. The number one, the first habit is be proactive. I have an image here of what it means to me to be proactive. Be proactive. You have somebody who is actually sitting down doing their schoolwork versus reactive, which you just have somebody who's just sitting there not doing anything. So I believe that being proactive, I am a very responsible person. I am setting goals with my schedule on to study. I put study time. I do at least 3 to 4 hours of schoolwork a day, sometimes 5, depending on my schedule. But I am very proactive and I make sure that I set goals and stay on task. If I haven't got some of my schoolwork done and somebody wants to do something extracurricular activity, I decline the offer. I am very, very adamant about doing my schoolwork. I am very, very effective in being proactive because I know that I have a goal that I want to accomplish each day. So being proactive is number one, and I think that I am on target with being proactive. The number two habit is begin with the end in mind. And I have an image of people running a race and somebody winning. This woman here, yay, she won. I believe that to begin with the end in mind is to make sure that in your mind that you are finishing the race. I am doing that by making sure that I keep in mind that I am trying to I will graduate in May. But in order to graduate in May, I had to take all this year 3 courses. It's been a little trying, but I am doing it. I am doing it with excellence, and I know that I have to be more proactive because I have a specific goal. So setting goals makes a difference. I make sure to plan each task, and I make sure that it is accomplished. Sometimes things do happen, just life, but I do make sure that, if I fall short here or there, if I'm not feeling well or if something is going on with my children and I have to attend to them, I make sure that the next day that I add what I was going to do the day before plus what the goal that I had set for that day so that I could be proactive because I have an end in mind, and I definitely have to keep that marker, which is my graduation date. Habit 3 is put first things first. For habit 3, I have an image of a calendar. This is very, very important to me. To spend times on the things that are most important and to be disciplined and organization. I start out my day every morning at 5 o'clock prayer. I have a prayer line that I get on the line and we pray, usually 4 hours, sometimes 2. And then I make sure that sometimes I'll go back to sleep, but when I get up, any other devotion that I have to do, but I'm immediately, if I'm not going to work, immediately am starting on my schoolwork. But I have a calendar. So this is very important. I have a calendar on my phone that I make sure that I put the dates in when quizzes are due, when assignments are due, as well as like doctor's appointments, outing schedule with my family so that I can schedule around those things and make sure that I'm putting first things first, the most important things first. Prayer to me, time with God is the most important thing no matter what you're doing. So I make sure I do that early first. God is a jealous God. He wants our first fruits. So I make sure that I do that first and then everything else follows. Habit 4, think win, win, win. I have an image here. Positivity, positive energy, living, attitude, emotions, mindset. To think win, you have to be able to consider what you want. I have to make sure that I am depositing into others' bank accounts as well as accepting the fact that they are depositing into mine. I focus on a positive mindset. I give myself 24 hours when something is going bad to deal with it. After the 24 hours, I give it to Jesus, and we're just going to go on because I try not to think about it so that it can consume me. But I'm always thinking positive. I'm always thinking positive, keeping my emotions stable, and also with encouraging others, because a lot of times when we encourage others, we in turn are really encouraging ourselves. That's what I love about just being an encourager. I'm an encourager in my spirit naturally. That's one of the gifts that God gave me, the gift of exhortation. But even when I'm having a bad day, if you deposit into somebody else's life, it always comes back and you also get filled, and there's also a deposit that comes back to you. So I really, really am definitely a believer in filling up other people's emotional banks, and what we give out, it also comes back to us. So, in the times when we are down or when we need to be encouraged, God will make sure that somebody is encouraging us. Habit number 5 is seek first to understand and then to be understood. So my image for that is communication. Communication is the key. Communication is the key to our team success. Communication is the key because we have to make sure that we are listening. We have to make sure that we are understanding somebody else's viewpoints. We have to make sure that we are listening without interrupting. Last term, I took Introduction to Communication, which was absolutely phenomenal in my understanding of communication. I realized that I was doing some things wrong in communicating. I realized that I did have some habits that I needed to break, and I thank God for just my transparency and allowing me to know, what, I need to do better. So, I don't always do well with communication. I do have problems with cutting people off, and sometimes I have issues with not listening intently when somebody is talking, because my mind has a tendency sometimes to race. But I am getting better. I am focused on, trying to get all the areas of communication under control. I do very well with looking people in the eyes when we're talking, and I do very well with making sure I'm like, yeah, okay, so that somebody that I'm communicating with will understand that I am listening and comprehending what they're saying. I do very well with asking questions if I don't understand something. I learned a long time ago, one of my teachers, I think it was my second grade teacher, Miss Cotton, she told me that no question is a dumb question. When you don't answer a question, that's the problem. But there is no such thing as a dumb question. So I took that with me throughout my whole life, and I make sure I utilize that piece of advice that Miss Cotton, my second grade teacher, taught me. Habit number 6 is synergize. The image is ethnicity, a couple of people of different color, creeds, and races working together. And the definition of synergy means to combine or coordinate with 2 or more agents to produce a joint effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. So basically, when you synergize with people, you are working with people from different groups and backgrounds. You have to learn how to work well with others. I thank God that I am a people person. I work well with others. I work well with other ministries. I'm a member of House of Restoration, but I also work well with other ministries. I work with other ministries, helping them to teach, partnering with them to go out and do things in ministry. I believe that synergy is very, very important. I believe that also with our educating to be an effective student, that synergy is very important, because I really enjoy reading other people's posts and their discussion boards, and you learn so much, and you see other people's point of views, and your brain gets to turning, and you learn, you see things differently from different points of view. So I think it's very, very important to be integrated with other cultures and other peoples, so that you can sometimes you need to step outside of your box, and you need to be enlightened to things that you may not have ever heard or seen, or things that you may not understand. So I really believe that to synergize was very, very good, and it will help you to become an effective student, because it has helped me in my year and a half at Valor to read and get into other people's lives, and to be encouraged with the discussion groups of my classmates. Habit number 7 is sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw. I have an image of people working out of all different colors, creeds, men and women working out together, sharpening each other. I do believe that, sharpening the saw, it entails eating right, exercising, spending time with your family, ways to, learn a lot of things, not in just the school setting, but just allowing yourself to make sure that life is your greatest lesson. Life is your greatest lesson when you open up yourself to be taught by life, by others' experiences, by listening. I make sure I try to eat healthy. I wake up every day, make sure I take my vitamins. I'll make a shake in the morning. I really try to stay away from pork. I just kind of try to eat chicken and turkey, and fish. I try to not eat a lot of fried foods. I try to make sure I drink water, which that's a struggle for me because I just don't like water. I just don't like it. But, if it's very, very cold, I can stomach it. But I really, really try to drink, but I'm going to have to do better with drinking water. But just having a balance, a whole well-rounded, I believe that's what sharpen the saw really means, just being well-rounded, living correctly, keeping God first, getting your mental, your body, soul, and spirit in connection, making sure that you spend time with family, making sure that you spend time with yourself. I'm a very avid believer in, just sometimes spending time with yourself, resting, always not saying yes to everything, being on everybody's schedule, taking time to yourself and just putting sometimes yourself first, but also extending yourself to others. So those are the 7 habits of highly effective students in my own way, the things that I'm working on, the things that I think that I've pretty much got a hold on. But at the end of the day, there's always room for improvement. So I pray that while I am practicing some of these things, that the Holy Spirit will continue to still open me up and allow me to go higher and higher in my understanding and change some things that may not be working, in the ability to change some things that may not be working, and to introduce new things that I may not even know yet. So I thank God for Valor. I thank God for this class. It is teaching me a lot and helping me to self-reflect on the things that I've, come through and where I'm going to. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.